A new member of the New York Jets who just joined this team a couple of weeks ago is already recruiting players to join the team. Vibes are high, baby. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. We've got a game day episode coming tomorrow. It feels weird, it being a short week and Thursday night football and all that jazz, but it is true. But before we get there, we got a show today, baby, and let's walk you through it. We have a full article in the YouTube description down below, and I love this. This is such a cool story because, vibes with the Jets just a handful of weeks ago at 0-7 were not as great. Now, we got winning streaks. We got recruiting going on. Jarvis Brownlee Jr., the Jets' newest cornerback. What a home run trade that was for the New York Jets. They didn't even give up a pick. All they had to do was swap. They're picking a little bit later in the draft to get Jarvis Brownlee Jr. I'd say that's a pretty good deal. And here it all is. So, Quandre Diggs, he's a three-time Pro Bowl safety. Most recently, he's been with the Tennessee Titans. But according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, Quandre Diggs requested his release from the Titans. Titans are the worst team in football. I don't blame him. So he requests his release from the team, and they grant his release. He's a free agent. He clears waivers. He's a free agent. And Quandre is just on social media just asking, what did I miss? And then Jarvis Brownlee Jr. says, come be a Jet, Brody. Okay. There's some recruiting happening here. And by the way, the Jets could use it if we're being honest. The Jets are having all kinds of secondary issues, so they could use our boy Quandre Diggs here, considering all the problems they had. Here it is. I'll throw it up here on the screen. This is a tweet interaction, right? So that's Nino, a.k.a. Quandre Diggs, on social media saying, wow, what did I miss? He was off social media for a little bit, and then that is Jarvis Brownlee Jr. right there. Boop. Come be a Jet, Brody. That's the kind of vibes we want around here. We want players recruiting other players to join the team. Winning streak. All kinds of wonderful things are happening. Shout out to Jarvis Brownlee Jr. I love seeing this story. I love seeing this tweet. It warms my heart. That's what I'm talking about. Let's talk a little bit about Quandre Diggs here on the show. Let's talk a little bit about Quandre Diggs. He is 32 years of age. He entered the league 10 years ago in the 2015 NFL Draft. He was the 200th overall pick in the 6th round. First 5 years of his career with the Detroit Lions. In 2019, he gets traded from the Lions to the Seattle Seahawks for a Diggs and a 2021 7th for a 2025th. Seattle acquires Diggs. Now Diggs spends another 5 years in Seattle. He gets released by the Seahawks last year in 2024, and then he joined the Tennessee Titans. He's been with them for a season and a half prior to asking for his release. And again, according to Ian Rappaport, he requested his release and he received it. Now we go over here. This guy is experienced. He's 5'9", 197 pounds. He's played safety. He's played slot corner. Versatile guy. He's played in 154 games. Has made 124 starts. And the numbers are video game-esque. He has 24 picks, 57 pass deflections, 5 forced fumbles, 15 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries, 652 total tackles. He's a tackler. Tackle. Okay? And I don't have to tell you guys, but the Jets' secondary issues are for real. Let's break it all down. Let's sort of imagine it in your mind. Here's the picture. Andre Cisco, Torres Peck, out for the season. Take that chess piece off the board. The Jets trade Michael Carter II. Take that piece off the board, although he was already replaced in the lineup by Jarvis Brownlee Jr. That's neither here nor there. MC2, that piece is off the board. Jets trade Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts. Blockbuster deal. Take that piece off the board. What the Jets did with all these pieces is with Cisco out, Tony Adams in with Malachi Moore, who replaced Tony Adams in the starting lineup. So those are your two new safeties. We've got Brandon Stevens, who's playing great. boundary corner outside. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is your slot nickel defender. You have one more boundary corner position open. You get Azareye'h Thomas, your rookie corner out of Florida State. Okay, boop, boop. We plug that piece in. Unfortunately, Azareye'h Thomas, concussion protocol, gets knocked out of the Browns game. He's already out for the Patriots game. That piece is off the board. What the Jets did is move Jarvis Brownlee Jr. from slot corner to boundary corner. Malachi Moore, the rookie safety, comes down into the slot. Isaiah Oliver sort of is a do-it-all man. You kick him back to safety. That's what the Jets did in the moment. Now, what other machinations could exist? If you add a guy like Quandre Diggs, I'd probably put Jarvis Brownlee Jr. back in the slot, where he's been really good for the Jets, and then just replace the safety. So Jarvis Brownlee Jr., put him back in the slot, put Malachi Moore back at safety, put Tony Adams back in that third safety role, Quandre Diggs to safety, and then boundary corner, you can play around with a guy like Quantez Stickers. We talked about that on the show yesterday. So there's a lot of different combinations, and the Jets are going to have to mind their P's and Q's because, again, tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football is an incredible challenge against the Patriots. Yes, as Dave Briga says, the secondary is hurting. There's no question about it. And you just heard all those combinations. Everything I just said, combination-wise, is 100% true. That's exactly what the Jets did in the middle of that Cleveland Browns game. So a lot of pieces moving all over the place. Here on the channel. Let's throw a Super Chat member shout-out up here on the channel.
Wow.
Shout out to Dan, the Jets fan, 21, member for 8 months here on Boy Green Coffee Club here on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you, Dan. If we can win with 54 yards passing, just imagine 150 plus. Again, AG, of course, is keeping this tight to the vest on whether it's going to be Justin Fields tomorrow night or Tyrod Taylor. Rich Cimini believes it's unlikely that they change from Justin to Tyrod because of the time, right? To switch quarterbacks under that short period of time doesn't give you a lot of reps. And for those who don't know, NFL teams don't do a lot of practicing on these short weeks. It's a lot of walkthroughs. So it's not a lot of reps that are around. There's a lot of projected, like when you see the injury report, sometimes it's a projection of what it would be if they fully practice as opposed to actually fully practicing. So that, I guess, if you want to look at it, Dan, is like an encouraging sign, because if the Jets were able to win with, to your point, 54 yards passing, and 4 games this season have come with under 60 yards passing for Justin Fields, and they found a way to win one of those most recently, if Justin can just do better than that, you should be well off. But here's the thing. Excuse me. Some of the pieces of the puzzle aren't sustainable. You're not getting 2 return touchdowns again. Are you getting 6 sacks? Maybe. Drake May has been sacked a handful of times this season, but I think what you need to do is change the script from this perspective. So it's unlikely you're getting 2 return touchdowns again, but can you flip one of those to a pick or a fumble recovery or an improvement defensively, so you could sort of trade one for the other? I mean, again, if the Jets are this one-dimensional offense against New England tomorrow night, I just don't think good things are going to happen. So the Jets, like I said, are going to have to dig into the bag. But yes, can we get some respectable passing numbers? That could only help, I would imagine, Dan. That could only help. Can't hurt. I think I caught up on all your Super Chat memberships. Guys, make sure you guys like the videos. You're coming on in here on YouTube. We got a couple hundred people in the room. We appreciate that. Yeah, so I'd sign Quandre Diggs, man. I know he's 32, but, you know, the Jets have money available. They have a need. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is attempting to recruit him. That's great. Phenomenal. And bring him on in. Alon says the line is now minus 13 Patriots. Good Lord. The money just keeps going to New England, which I love. Again, the Patriots have won 7 in a row. They're 8-2. All those wonderful things to say about them. They're not going undefeated the rest of the way. They've already lost 2 games. Steelers, Raiders. They're going to lose more. Now, again, they're way better than I thought before the season. No doubt about it. They're not going undefeated. And they're a young team. So they're going to have games where they just don't play their best. And the Jets just have to be ready to take advantage if that opportunity presents itself. And also, well, I mean, if you're the Jets, you want to try to force them into having one of those bad games. Maybe they just come to the office and they don't play as well. Okay. If the gods allow that, blessed be he. But play so well that you force them into making some of those mistakes. That's something else that would be refreshing and nice to see, for sure. That would be. I also want to get into this because we talked about it yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it all, but there was some drama at the press conference yesterday between AG and the media. And we talked about it on Boy Green Meets Woody, but let's talk about it here. Shout out, by the way, again to Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, so let's get into it. It went viral on social media yesterday. Okay. Here's the situation. So let's sort of reset it if we can. Let's reset. Let's reset. Goose fraba. Let's reset. So, okay. Garrett Wilson gets hurt in the Week 10 Cleveland Browns game. Concerning update is AG says that Garrett re-injured the same knee. Doesn't sound good at all. But no update to provide immediately after the game. No update to provide on Sunday. No update to provide there either. And all we know is Garrett's going to be doing imaging. But again, Aaron Glenn says, that happens all the time. Okay, no problem. I'm going to mess up all my days now. Today's Wednesday. So Monday, after AG's presser, Rich Cimini, I believe we have it right here. Yes, we do. Okay, we've got Rich Cimini coming out and giving us the update. Bad news, Jet fans. Garrett Wilson expect to miss at least 3 to 4 weeks with a knee sprain. Good news is no surgery, just rehab. So Rich Cimini posts that on Monday. Aaron Glenn normally does not speak on Tuesday. That's normally an off day for the team, but because the Jets play on a short week, they play on Thursday Night Football, the week is truncated. So we get Aaron Glenn speaking earlier, which is today, and then I believe we get the coordinators today, so keep that in mind. Anywho, so that happened. So AG, again, normally does not speak yesterday, but he did. Now, when AG starts a press conference, every coach is different. They all do things differently. But when AG starts a press conference, he normally gives an injury update. All right, let me start with the injury update. All right, this guy's in, this guy's out, this guy's practicing, this guy's not, blah, 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 blah. And then he gets into, this opponent. Here's some random thoughts on the Patriots. Well, things started a little differently on the press conference for AG yesterday. This was his opening statement.
I'm going to pass on talking about injuries. Since Rich, he's not here, has all the answers, so you guys can get all the injuries from Rich. So I go right into this game.
Aaron Glenn is referencing everything I just told you. Rich being Rich Cimini of ESPN. Rich Cimini reported that Garrett Wilson update. We did not get that update directly from AG. AG does not seem thrilled that got out of the building. So he said, hey, if you have anything, go to Rich. Okay? So that happens. And then he talks about the Patriots, and then normal press conference things happen. Then at the end of the presser, and then you have the guy off camera go, last question. And this.
Last one. Is Garrett a candidate for IR, or is that not something you want to
ask Rich?
I'm asking you.
Well, I'm telling you to ask Rich.
He's not here, though. AG.
Well, you better call him.
No disrespect to you or Rich, but we want to hear it from you.
You guys have been here. You guys have been hearing it from me, but now since we're just reporting stuff, that I haven't said, then maybe you should ask him.
Thanks, everybody. See you on the field.
And here's the thing. There's been a lot said on social media. So since that interaction happened in the early afternoon yesterday, to social media exploding in response, let me say this. The people that say, this Bruce AG isn't going to last. Folks, did you miss the Ian Rappaport article on Sunday where AG ain't going anywhere? Absolute vote of confidence. So this press conference business is not going to get AG canned. I'm afraid. It's not. And to be honest, I don't think it should. Whatever. He's playing with the media. For those who also don't know, here's just some more inside baseball here, right? Before AG walks through that door and then steps up to the podium, he's got a PR guy, part of the communication staff, that's informing him of some stuff that may come up. Like, geez, your player's involved in a scandal, or if he hadn't already known that, or, geez, Garrett Wilson's injury timeline was revealed, Rich Cimini of ESPN reported. Like, he gets fed all that information as a coach to have all the information to be ready, so he's not surprised at the podium. So AG was informed that Rich said, like, AG's not scrolling Twitter and said, wait, what the hell? How did Rich get this? AG ain't doing that. But the PR communication guy's like, hey, by the way, just a heads up. There you go. So to me, I don't think anything of it in the form of like people losing their minds, like, man, he's getting fired and all this. I don't get that at all. To me, I just think it's hilarious. I think it's kind of fun. Like, he's having this fun back and forth. How I see it, it's hilarious to me. I don't think it means anything. What ultimately is everything is there are two things here. Okay. Two things. Number one, if AG wins, none of this shit matters. If he wins, just win. Just win, baby. Let's pull it out, Davis, Syracuse alum. Just win, baby. None of this matters. Number two, find a quarterback. That one's more difficult than prop number one. But if you find a quarterback, it solves all your problems. If you don't find a quarterback, AG's not going to have a job forever. That part's pretty simple. So, no, I don't care about any of this stuff. But it's getting absolutely thrown around. And Alon saying, I love Cimini. I love Cimini too. Now, I categorize myself as the most optimistic Jets fan in the world, and I try to look at life glass half full. Rich Cimini's covered this team for 37 years. That's a lot of losing. There's some winning, but a lot of losing. And Rich has been around the team forever. He's got good sources. Good for him. Now, if AG thinks what Rich reported was incorrect, that's something. Now, Garrett Wilson was nondescript in the locker room when speaking to the media. He said, I'm fine. And then when they said, are you going to be out weeks, as reported, he said, ask coach. So maybe it's real. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I trust Rich. He's covered the team for a long time, so I'm sure he's right. But I know a lot of people have different feelings about Rich and the audience. I love Rich. We had him on the show a couple months ago. I'd love to have Rich on the show more often, but he's busy. But I love having him on the show. I am a nerd historian for the team. Rich has been around the team forever. He's forgotten more than a lot of us will ever know. He's very informed. I like hearing his podcast. I like the work that he's put in. Again, I know a lot of people don't, but I really enjoy Rich Cimini. Sure do. We got a super chat coming in here. Here we go. This is from our guy, J-Boy. Every time we get a super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
J-Boy loves the interactions, man. Fuck yeah, AG. Shit like that has been needed. And to me, right, some people appear to be pointing out the negatives that apparently exist here with this interaction between AG and the media. I think there's another way that he's just like, whatever you want to describe it, not taking shit or, some people don't like the combative nature of what he brings to the table. Again, if that's who he is, that's who he is. He's been combative, if that's the word you want to use, this entire time. So to me, that's him, whether you like it or not. He's himself. I don't want him to be fake. If that's how he is, then that's how he is. I don't know him personally. I've never met him in my life. But if that's how he is, God bless America. Be who you are. I don't want you to be something fake. Be genuine. Players can smell bullshit from a mile away if you're faking. So if that's who he is and what he's all about, and that's how he wants to communicate, why do I care? Win games. That's what I care about. Get a quarterback. That's what I care about. These press conference interactions to me, in this particular case, doesn't mean anything to me. So I don't mind any of this at all. But again, all it comes down to, as always, is winning. J-Boy, we added that to your raffle ticket totals, my friend, which, by the way, let's do a quick shout out on that. Folks, if you're unaware, we do raffle giveaways on this channel every friggin' month. If you want a chance to be a part of it, all you have to do is spend $3 on the channel. $3. That's it. You spend $3, you'll have a chance to win our prizes on a month-to-month basis. This month, we're giving away this puppy baby, an autographed Marty Lyons Alabama jersey. It has all of his accomplishments stitched to the bottom of the jersey. Right there. He played for the Jets from 79 to 89. He's a former first-round pick. He was part of the New York Sack Exchange, College Football Hall of Fame, former NFL Man of the Year, the Jets Ring of Honor, And it's autographed to the Boy Green Coffee Club, one of the coolest prizes we've ever had. Shout out to the Marty Lyons Foundation, and shout out to Marty for signing this for us for this raffle giveaway. All you have to do is spend $3 on the channel, baby. Make it rain from the high heavens. We appreciate you. And as you can see on the scrolling ticker down below, that is our top 5+ leaderboard, because I've been doing a lot more than the top 5 recently. So make sure you guys get involved. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a little money sign. Click that. You get a bunch of options: super stickers, super chats, gifting channel memberships. Join the Boy Green Coffee Club. It's one of the best deals in all of YouTube land. You get all the perks of the Boy Green Coffee Club, which is a loyalty badge, emoji access, Discord access, and you get a raffle ticket to win a prize. So it's a great deal. If you can get it while the getting's good, people. Get it while the getting is good. We have a couple hundred people in the room. Appreciate it. That includes over 100 of those on YouTube. But as I take a gander over at YouTube, I say it every day, I'm taking a look, and we only have 40 likes on YouTube. Make sure you guys like the video. It's free to do. There's over 100 people in the room, so that's 60+ of you that have not liked this video yet so far. It's a free way to contribute to the program. That is Paul Esden Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. Shout out to Jack. Awesome prize. Thank you, Jack. And, yeah, we try to have really cool items here in the raffle giveaways, and that one is a custom piece. It's actually right behind me. There it is, that red jersey right there, folded in the box. And good luck to whoever wins that puppy. It's a terrific prize, a terrific gift. And again, it's a great collector's item in terms of putting it in a frame. That's going to look beautiful in a frame, especially with the accomplishments of the jersey. So good luck to everybody. We're almost halfway through the month of November, so we'll be giving that away on December 1st. It's at random, so if you have one raffle ticket, you have a shot. Obviously, the more raffle tickets you have, the better your odds are. But good luck to those out in the universe. Appreciate you. Yeah, so again, I don't mind about the AG drama. Let me get to some of your comments here. Oh, cool. Fox Sports Talk met Chris Fowler once. He was super cool. Yeah, not everyone that you meet that are your idols or whatever word you want to use or people you appreciate are who they are. I've had the great pleasure of meeting a lot of really cool people, and there's a lot of cool ones out there. So awesome. Shout out to Chris Fowler. Let's go to the big Labunski. Glenn's interaction with the media is the least of my concern. Just keep winning. We're good. See, there you go. He loses and does this stuff. That's how some people are going to get after him, I guess. At NY Jets fandom. I really can't take Glenn seriously until he wins. Touche. Fair enough. Oh, yeah, baby. We're getting some Boy Green Coffee Club memberships gifted here on the show. Mother effing Jew, baby. Ring the bell. That membership went to Jesse Owen. Jesse Owen, you are now a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to MFC, and MFC just got himself another raffle ticket. He's got 9 raffle tickets this month, baby. Count them up. 9 raffle tickets to win that beautiful Marty Lyons jersey. That would be absolutely terrific. So beautiful. So shout out to MFC, who is now in 6th place in our raffle ticket prize so far this month. Very much appreciate you, good sir. Let's keep it rolling here on the channel. Shout out to MFC. Excellent. I love Alon keeping it real here. I'm an asshole on here, but once you meet me in person, I can be a bigger asshole. Keep it real. There you go. Beautiful. We'll have to ask Frankie if that's true. Yeah, Frankie is the one who met you, I guess. I've not had the pleasure. Jimmy has told me some stories about Alon, and I don't think any of them I can share here on air. So, Jim Lurch, of course, Jim the Man-Child Lurch, my digital radio partner, which, by the way, we will be having a show at 11 o'clock, so you're going to catch a lot of me live today. I think I got 5 shows today. So we got Boy Green Daily right now. We've got PFF NFL analyst Dalton Wasserman joining us at 11 o'clock to talk about all the latest in the NFL. Let's see. We got Jake Asman today, so we're going to be talking New York Jets with Jake Asman. Make sure you guys should subscribe to the channel. That is, let me see if I have it here on the screen. There it is. There's a YouTube channel. We'll have our Dalton Wasserman interview over there. We'll have Jake Asman over there talking Jets. We have Survivor tonight for our CBS reality folks out there in the audience. Survivor's a good one. So youtube.com/MC Show Digital. Here's a giveaway that's free, right? So on mine, you want this Marty Lyons jersey, you got to spend $3 to have a chance. But you want this prize I'm about to say, it's free. All you have to do is subscribe, which is free to do. That is youtube.com/MC Show Digital. That is my digital radio show where we talk Jets, Bills, Giants, NFL, and you can sort of just subscribe for what you want. So we have a Jets playlist. If that's all you want, you only want to listen to Jet stuff, then just listen to Jet stuff. But again, it's right there. If you're one of our first 500 subscribers, we have about another 100 spots left. You have a chance to win a $400 golf club. It's a Cleveland high bore, a Cleveland driver, and it was donated to us by our friends over at Play It Again Sports Syracuse. So if you guys want a chance to win that puppy, either for yourself or Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm shitting you not. I've done zero Christmas shopping. Zero. So I should probably get on that. So I hope personally I win the golf club, but I'm probably ineligible. But I hope I win the golf club because I'd check someone off my friggin' list. So guys, make sure you take full advantage of that. It is youtube.com/MC Show Digital. By the way, speaking of some of the content we have coming up on the channel, NFL insider Matt Lombardo will be with us tomorrow for a game day episode of Boy Green Daily. Of course, Jets playing Thursday Night Football against New England Patriots. We'll have Bob Letter on Friday, so we'll have a quasi post-game, post-day show on the Patriots. Hopefully, there are good things to talk about. And our buddy Drew Beatty, you know, the draft guy, he returns over the weekend because, obviously we won't have a game to preview yet. So Drew Beatty will be joining us on Sunday. He's taking Matt Lombardo's spot on Sunday. And we'll talk about the draft, picks, and all that jazz, 2026, 2027, things of that nature. So we'll have that coming up on the channel in a matter of days as well. Also, if you're a Boy Green Coffee Club member, you have early access to interviews. So tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be recording an interview with a certain special individual that is well known in the NFL draft and NFL community. We'll be recording an interview with him tomorrow morning after Boy Green Daily, and then we'll post that interview, and you guys will be able to listen to that and watch that. If you're a Boy Green Coffee Club member, then it will go to the general public a little bit later. So I hope you guys can take full advantage of that. All right, let's dive back into the comments section here on the program. What do we got cooking here? Hey now, our number one Austrian Jet fan with a 10-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. 10 friggin' memberships. Every time we get 5 memberships or more gifted here on the show, we have no other choice but this.
Kevin James. I just got 3 things to say.
This.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
It's not working. One more time.
Kevin James. I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
44 raffle tickets. It's like you do a magic trick in front of kids. You're like, da-da, and nothing happens. That's pretty embarrassing. Anywho, 44 raffle tickets now for our number one Austrian Jet fan, baby. Appreciate you. He has surged back into first place, leapfrogging over Mahar Khalil. Let's read those 10 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our guy, our number one Austrian Jet fan, baby. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. 10 more raffle tickets for our wonderful contest this month. Maybe Austrian will win back-to-back raffles. Who knows what's possible here in the universe. Here are the 10. We got Bobby Shaw, Matthew C., MJ Dunn, Fonzie A7X, Zach Rosenberg, 2025 lacrosse goalie. All right. Guaranteed Jet, Stu Wenrich, JB44, Barry Beck, Jake. You guys are all now on all of that as well. So all kinds of Boy Green Coffee Club members going out to the universe. Again, 44 raffle tickets for our main squeeze, our number one Austrian Jet fan. Love you, Austrian, and start your engines. Damn straight. All right, let's do this. We'll open up the phone lines, baby, here on the program. The Jets are on a winning streak. Let's go. They've won 2 in a row. Are we about to get 3 in a row? I feel spicy this morning. We'll see. We'll play a quick half timeout. Your phone call's next. If you'd like to call in, that is YouTube is the place to do it. YouTube.com/BoyGreen25. Appreciate the folks also watching on our Facebook and Twitter pages, respectively.
1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Moron! Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Everyone,
J-E-T-S, Jets.
Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green, fucking daily, fucking daily, fucking daily. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go!
And folks, if you are a subscriber to this channel, you may have said, "Whoa, is that a clip from the tailgate?" Yes, me trying my first ever BG Sunday tradition, excuse me, with quail egg, bacon, burger. We finally posted that on social media. You could have found that on Instagram or our YouTube Shorts. And I am happy to announce I've had a few people reach out. They said, "Paul, didn't you have like a camera guy there? Weren't you like putting together some big thing?" Well, sorry for the massive delay over a month ago, but I am working with another video guy. It's a long story, and they're putting together a sort of highlight package of sorts of us meeting a bunch of the fans out there. We're mic'd up a bunch. Chef Kevin Gilbert on the grill with his family, cooking up food. So it's going to be like a 15, 20-minute video. If you guys weren't there, it's recapping the entire event. That's in the works. I've already done a production call with that person, so we're getting the footage and working out all the kinks and everything. I know it was a long time ago, but hopefully you guys will still enjoy it. For those who didn't go, and for those who did go, you guys can relive those wonderful memories. And hell, that's going to basically be the teaser trailer. If people said, "Hey, what's the Boy Green Woody tailgate all about?" I'm like, "Go watch a video, man. You tell me." And it's going to be a hell of a time. So I can't wait. So again, sorry for the delay, everybody, but that will be coming here in the very near future, which I'm very pleased about. And so we're going through all that footage now, and we'll be getting that in. So another thing happening behind the scenes. Terrific. Well, everybody, again, like the video, hit subscribe here on the channel, show your gosh darn support. We got over 120 people on YouTube and over 300 total in the room across our social media platforms, which we appreciate. It's time to go to the phone lines. Thank you to Hep for kicking us off. And no better way to kick us off on a Wednesday. He's a regular, and he is a god. He is a man amongst boys. It's Chef Kevin Gilbert, baby. What's up, Chef?
BG, what up, man? Salute to you, the Coffee Club members, man. #1 Austrian Jet fan, man. Keep doing your thing, brother. Dude, it's a good time, man. Like now we're starting to see some of this stuff. The special teams, like all right, the kicking, field goal kick, the punter, that stuff kind of felt like the most consistent out of the three work groups, right? Like I felt like they were probably the most consistent.
Yeah.
And then the return game, man, just at the beginning of the season, and then it just didn't really feel like we were really moving the ball forward, putting the offense in a really good field position. The defense was lacking and everything, where that was like preventing us from really getting in good field position, which kind of like, hinders the play calling. I feel like where if you kind of have a plan, but you're always on our side of the field, it's kind of tough to really scheme some stuff up. But this past weekend, man, with the Browns, like to start the game, it was a good game, like day weather-wise. Like the first half it was good. There was no rain. I was there with my son. Like it was a great feeling. Like the Nick Mangold tribute stuff, man, that was like awesome to see. Being able to see like Leon Washington start off with the Jet chant, and then
cool.
we got our man Armin Ed and Jet man, like they were on the big screen yelling out the Jet cheated, man. We need that energy, and it sucked not having Ed up there, and then whoever was dealing with that stuff, like the vibes was dead, man. The last couple times that I was there, and this time it was high. Now, granted we're playing the Browns, but still, man, we gotta get the wins where we can, man. Like it feels good, getting these wins. At the beginning of the season and still now, man, it's always been an evaluation season for me. I just felt like that first half, man, just we didn't really see a lot of things clicking. The expectations, I think, for us, whatever it was going into the year, once we saw that first game of the year, like, yeah, we lost, but I felt like our spirits were at least high. There was, that moral victory stuff and everything. Like, the Fields looks pretty good. He's moving around and all that, and it almost feels like he's really digressed. And it's getting to a point right now where he could like really hurt us. Um, I don't really see him like really turning it around. And for me, I think it's coaching, man. I don't feel like Tanner is the dude to like really help groom Fields with this in this quarterback role. I mean, you see the digression. He's digressed. Like I the stuff is there, man. People are open. People who are saying that, oh, wide receivers aren't open, dude. You gotta hit the wide receivers when like right before they break. It gotta be in spots. The split second. Like that costly turnover that he threw, my seats were behind there, behind that end zone. All the touchdowns came towards us. On that play with Fields, it felt like I was locking eyes with that safety, man. It felt like my man, you can't be doing that. He literally stared him down and did that. Now I think that was like one of the worst ones that we've seen. And literally on the following play, we give up a touchdown. So it's like, yeah, it was a costly turnover, which wound up turning into 7, which sucked. And we made it up on that kickoff return, which was cool. That we need that. But that, to be honest, like we all know, man, that's not sustainable. We can't count on special teams touchdowns in order to win games. We definitely grinded it out. Shout out to that boy Brees Hall, man. I keep saying it, man. Like, pay that boy. I felt like we did, we didn't do him right by, kind of figuring something out. And then, with all the trade talk and the rumors or whatever with him going to Kansas City and whatever else, which is what you're supposed to do. You got to do your due diligence, man. You got to look and see what options are available, especially if the negotiations aren't going in the team's favor, where it could be like a stalemate and then we lose him. Hopefully, whatever happened at that trade deadline, man, it's some good stuff moving forward. We could lock him up, man. Are we going to overpay? Obviously, man. We at this point we have to. Like, what are the options, man? Like, what? Everybody knows we're going to get a quarterback next year, and then this rookie quarterback is going to have who? Like, what weapons and all? Like, Garrett's still going to get double teamed. Mason Taylor, hopefully he takes a bigger step, and then with these other wide receivers, time will tell how good they are. But we got to make sure that we lock him up because he's a weapon, man. And when these other teams just like stack the box on him, what do you expect? What do you expect Brees to do? He can't just make stuff up. Fields knows like, hey, I could just check it down to him and he'll scramble for a bunch. Like, it's so important sure that we actually retain lose out. All right. I'm not a fan of that, but hey, I get it and I understand like, for the draft position. But what about all right, we get the picks, but then what about free agents, man? That's huge. We all talk about the cap space. Well, who we gonna sign? Who wants to come to this stuff? There's no guarantee that with the cap space that we have that we're gonna bring these free agents here to help us out. You gotta have veterans in the room, man. I mean, you tell me, BG, what NFL team has won the Super Bowl with rookies, second and third year players, man, with no vets? Like that doesn't happen. You need veteran presence, man. That's the only way you can win. Unless the idea is, hey, just clean house with veterans and just draft whatever, and then just groom them all the way up to where 3 years, 4 years, or whatever down the line, then it turns into something. I don't think that's a good way of managing because you need veterans there to help groom these younger players. Um, it's tough. It's a tough spot, man. But I really feel like this New England game, it's a divisional game. This is something where we really gotta like take that disrespect with Vegas having the line where it's at. Like, you got to feel disrespected with that, and with the injuries that we have too. Like I understand it, but you got to have some fuel to fire, man. You can't just go off of, rest in peace, man. You can't just go off of the Nick Mango energy. Like you guys got to figure it out within yourselves, man. The coaching, yeah, thank God, man. They came out with a plan, and the special team stuff, how they schemed it, yeah, it worked, man. It worked. I saw like people were on their blocks hitting the Kawanu or whatever, like Williams, they followed the blocks, man. They didn't do any stupid stuff, man. They took care of the ball. Like, that's important. But then is the defense now, man. Dylan Gabriel, dude, like, come on, man. He was like, just see, dude, on third down, he's throwing the ball into the ground. There's a receiver in front of him. He's literally throwing balls into the ground, not even getting close. And thank God, right after that, that fourth down, they punted it and Williams took it the other way. But yo, that third down play with Dylan, like, he's just throwing to the ground. Like, I don't even think that was on purpose. I really thought he had a shot. Dude was open. He just misplayed it, and how he's running around and stuff. I'm like, God, yo, this is Dylan Gabriel. Yo, the dude's not good, man. He's
No.
not good. But for me, the sad part out of that game, like, yo, Fields, Dylan Gabriel played better than Fields. Like, I couldn't believe that. And then it's like, BG, who do you blame, man? Like, for Fields, like, playing statistically like the worst he's ever played in his career? Like, who do you blame? Do you blame
I
Tanner?
mean,
Do you blame some, like, dude? It's just it's tough. It's tough, man. Like, this guy feels, man, with the money that we gave him, like, he needs to, really do something, man. Like, and people talking about him being a bridge quarterback. What? Bridge quarterback? You want him, like, helping out the next person up? Like, dude, that's crazy to me. But if I honestly feel like that he feels doesn't have enough help, and I'm not a Fields truther at all, but it's like, we gotta, my fault, man. We gotta be real too, where it's like, AG ain't no quarterback guy. He ain't no offensive dude. And then Tanner, last year, he was a tight ends coach. So, I don't know the quarterback coach right now, but he ain't doing his job, man. To where it's like, people think like, yo, put Tyrod in. Like, we can't do that, man. You can start Tyrod over Fields. Like, you got to put Fields in there. But then it comes down to AG's call, where it's like, yo, if he ain't moving the ball, if we had a stalemate, he's not hitting his reads properly, the offense is getting frustrated, you got to pull him then. You got to pull him. But to go with the Tyrod back and forth and him talking like, yeah, I don't know who the quarterback is and all that, like, that don't really bother me, to be honest, man.
yeah.
I don't care how he's talking, when it comes to that. He's not really that great at the press conferences, but when it comes to the quarterback, I mean, I don't care. As long as the team is equipped and ready to go and they know the plan, that's all I care about, man. All that other shenanigans stuff, man, like, I don't see the point in AG doing all that stuff. But if it helps the team, I'm all for it. But for me, man, it's so important, man, to make sure that we go into New England and, kind of set the tone. Because if not, it's what do we have to really look forward to with the other games, where this is a team that did worse than us last year, right? They
Mhm.
got the quarterback. I get that. They got Vrabel, who a lot of us wanted as a head coach. I get that. But that quick turnaround, man, it's like, damn, why can't we do that? Why are all our players doing worse than last season? Quincy Williams, like, he was benched, man. What for what? I mean, do you know why he got benched? Was it like him just being disappointed about the whole Quinnen stuff? If that's the case, if he's just complaining, don't even put his ass in the game, man. What are we doing? He's one of, yo, it's him and Sherwood. There's nobody better on the roster than them. So what are you trying to win games, or you just trying to make examples out of people? Because what did you do? Now for half the week, it's like, oh yeah, I'm bench. He's coming out game bench, and then he's playing in the game. He's in there in the first quarter. What? Because of injuries, dude. Then get somebody else. That part is just frustrating. Just be consistent, man. The Isaiah Williams messing up and then getting rid of him, like, yo, you see now, hey, the production was there. Something happened. I believe that's coaching. Whatever psyche stuff, whatever fundamentals that had to be done, like, I felt like that piece is coaching. With AG, yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. Who knows? But right now, like, maybe he's starting to find some stuff, man. He's not talking about phone calls with other people and all that, and looking at himself in the mirror. Just take care of business, man. That's all we want to see. We want to see that stuff. And BG, before I go, man, it's like, what's up with jersey swapping with backup quarterbacks? Tyrod Taylor should do like what? What? Yo, that saw a jersey swap with backup quarterbacks and people and the people actually filming that. What the hell are we filming that for?
I don't know. That seemed odd. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there. There was, and for what connection does Shedeur have to Tyrod that I'm unaware of? That all is unclear. And Chef, there's a lot of things there. I would say, first off, if Justin Fields is the answer, I start to wonder about what the question was, because maybe Justin Fields is just terrible. Maybe that's the realization of where we're at. But also, I want to make sure that I do this here, Chef, is that I put this up on the screen. And absolute congratulations to Chef Kevin Gilbert, in case you guys missed it, on the Cloverleaf Tavern Instagram, celebrating 10 years of culinary
I don't know if it's on my
leadership.
end, but I can't hear you.
Okay, I think it's on your end here, Chef, because you had a couple of Wi-Fi issues earlier. So, can you hear me? Nope. Okay. Chef, we'll circle you back in here on the channel and try to see if we'll kick you out and try to see if we can bring it back in. Yeah. You guys could still hear me, yeah? Can you guys give me any indication? Okay, Indy's giving me the thumbs up, the patented thumbs up. Appreciate that. We'll get to Indy here in just a second. But yes, so folks, in case you missed it, and I can't cook for a lick. Let me make that very clear. But like, I watch like Gordon Ramsay, and I grew up on Iron Chef. And look at that. That's Chef Morimoto, baby. That's the Iron Chef. Cloverleaf Tavern took Chef Kevin Gilbert, to celebrate him, and took him out to Morimoto's restaurant here, which is awesome. But a massive congratulations, celebrating 10 years at the Cloverleaf Tavern as the executive chef. And man, if any of you went to our tailgate, then you got an experience of a lifetime with Chef. And again, that will be featured in the video package we'll have out in the near future on YouTube. So very much looking forward to that as well. But look at that, Chef Morimoto cooking up and doing some stuff with Chef Kevin Gilbert. That's so cool. So Chef, had some unique Wi-Fi problems today. So it was not you guys out in the audience. That was Chef. I don't know what was going on there. What's going on with the Cloverleaf Tavern? They did not pay that Wi-Fi bill. I don't know what the hell happened there. But at first I thought it was me, because like Chef's like at a restaurant, so like maybe the Wi-Fi is even better than my house. Although no one's at my house, no kids, no fiance, no nothing. So like I'm the only one using this Wi-Fi. So shit, it better work. I mean, geez, that's for sure. But yeah, that was Chef Morimoto, Iron Chef, which again, I grew up, I was raised on that. So absolute shout out here to Chef Kevin Gilbert. And by the way, let's do this. Let me go over here. Let me see. I'm going to get 5 memberships right now, baby. This is for Chef. This is for freaking Chef, baby. Boom, shakalaka. Let's get 5 Boy Green Coffee Club memberships right freaking now. Let's go. Baby, this is for Chef. Let's go.
Who wanna fly with them? Yeah!
And that's so cool. So here you go. We're gifting out 5 memberships. Pour one out for Chef Kevin Gilbert. These 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club are The Jordo Show, Vladdy P, Judah, Caden P8, and Kevin Clark. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Enjoy. Again, we gifted those away because of Chef and everything that he has accomplished, including his decade at the Cloverleaf Tavern, and hopefully many more years to come of Boy Green and Chef Kevin Gilbert working together for these amazing tailgates. And we're going to be doing it all again next year, which I can't wait for. So pour one out for Chef, and Chef, wherever you are, man, shout out to you, my friend. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. We got a couple hundred people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Up next is Mr. Thumbs Up himself. It's Indy Jets, baby.
Morning, BG. You know, people don't like Aaron Glenn for what he does at the podium,
right? And
that's fine. Aaron Glenn came in here and said, "This is how we're going to run this team, and we've got some things to fix." And Rich, is reporting on shit, and whether it's true or not true, AG hasn't said it yet.
Right.
And so what he's trying to get the New York media, and we all know the New York media will just run with anything. And he wants, he's trying to, he's like, look, it's my team. And if you want to report on something, report on what I tell you. Don't report on what you hear from the building, because I'll stop that too. And good for AG. I like the arrogance, because the New York media is probably the worst out of all the media in the NFL.
Sure.
Whether it's, and so he experienced it as a player. So he knows he knows the cutthroat bastards that they can be. Sorry.
No, that's good. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, and so for AG to sit here and hold his ground and say, I don't care if I'm 0-7 or 7-0. This is how it's going to be. Oh, where'd BG go?
Nope, I'm still here.
Okay. And this is how it's going to be. And so I have to applaud AG for that, because he's going to hold his ground. And for him to sit there and say, I don't care whether whether the media likes it. This is how I'm going to be. And I don't think he's going to change at 0-7 or, here we are at 2-7. And everybody's complaining about this, but understand that last year when we were 3-8 with the Hall of Fame quarterback and probably a Hall of Fame wide receiver in Devontae Adams, we were 3-8. We get rid of those two guys.
Yep. Bring
in a new coaching staff, and we're about equal. So we minus two Hall of Famers in essence.
No.
And we haven't lost much ground. We haven't really lost any ground. I mean, in essence, we're about on pace to where we were with when Devontae came on the team. And so now it's just a matter of just building. And that's what he's doing. Congratulations to Chef Kev too. Awesome. I think Chef Kev is I think he's an underrated guy. For those that's never experienced meeting the guy or having any of his food, I mean, that's two different topics right there.
Yeah.
Chef Kev is the there's a reason why he gets these awards. But even as a person, he needs awards for that too. Shout out to his wife for the struggles that she's overcome and just kicked ass. That's the only way I can put it. So, if you ever get a chance, anybody ever gets a chance, you're in the Jersey area, you've got to go and just, and shout out to, even if you're just walking by, and just stick your head in the door and just yell Chef Kev and come back and we'll keep on walking. He would love it. He's fantastic. And everybody there at Cloverleaf was awesome. So,
great staff.
You can't, but back onto the AG thing, you can't, New York media is tough. And I'm glad that we finally have a coach that says, I run this team, and we all know this, whether it's the players, the media, everything, the coaching staff, he's going to run this, and he will sink with the ship, or he will go to the finish line. Either way, it's his way, and I don't care about the arrogance, because if he starts winning, his arrogance is probably going to, it'll probably come down and be more humbling. He's not going to be the arrogant ass that he, I don't even think he's an arrogant ass, but he's not going to be. So. Yeah. But I think that when the winning starts coming, he'll start being a little bit more humble and just say, hey, we still have a lot of work to do. And, it may not be this year. We're again, 2-7, but, we're going to be more. He's going to make this team more competitive. I think he took over a team that just was a little bit overrated. Seems that way. He's got these players playing. He's got these players playing well. They finally are understanding the language that the coaches are talking about. We talked about this earlier, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was more of a communication issue out on the field. The guys weren't understanding what the coaches wanted them to do, and they're starting to get it. We're starting to see that, and maybe getting rid of Sauce. That was a huge stepping stone. He didn't see that as near the loss that he could gain next year. In the next 2 years, whatever you want to call it. So that's again, we know the season's kind of well, in the shitter, whatever you want to call it. So hey, build for the future. So I'm all in. I like AG. I probably like AG more now than I did when Rex was here when we went to 2 AFC championship
Wow.
games.
Okay.
You know, I like his brashness, and being in New York, you got to have that. You can't be a soft coach.
Definitely not.
In New York. Maybe you can do that in Cleveland. You don't hear a whole lot from Stefanski. He just, you know, or you know, some of these other smaller markets. But in New York, it's the light's always on. So I like that says it's my team. If you're going to report something, report what I tell you. Let me ask you this: did Brees ever actually announce that he wanted to trade, or was this just hearsay?
Has he ever announced that he wanted a trade? Not well. The only, and I didn't get to see the screenshot, so this is whatever you call it, third-hand information. But apparently, at the trade deadline, Kurt, whoever that guy was, the former Packers backup quarterback, tweeted out that Brees Hall isn't going to get traded at the deadline. And who gives a shit? He's just some random guy. Brees Hall, if you're to believe the DMs, DM Kurt and said, actually, I do want to be traded. And then they had this whole thing. Now, I don't know if that's real. I didn't get to see the screenshots. The person who told me I trust normally. So that would be the only public information I've ever seen where he said, I want out of here. But that's up to others for interpretation. But I did not get to see the screenshot myself.
Okay, so Brees never actually came out to the media and said,
"No,
hey,
definitely not." No.
Like what's the wide receiver there in Washington that they signed? Yeah, he came out and said, "I want traded."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay, you know, I've never seen a report where where Brees actually said, "Hey, I've come to the management. I want out of here." And
no,
so
this
is
where third-party stuff, right? Like Jordan Schultz reported at the trade deadline, he knows that Brees wants out, but we didn't hear that directly from Brees.
No, but what did we hear from Brees? Brees said, "I want to be a Jet. I want to be here." Those are. I mean, you have to take what he says, and when he, you know, and if he did get traded, he was going to be okay with it. But he wants to be a Jet. I go by what he says, and people go, "Well, I don't care what he says. I look at his body language." That's dumb.
Okay.
You know, if he says he wants to be here, he didn't get traded, then he probably didn't want. He probably didn't want out. That's you know, and so that's where AG has said, "Look, I've had enough of this. You guys making up stories to screw with my players. Stop doing it." And that was a direct that was a direct message to Rich. Look, if you want to report on something, come to me. Don't go to your sources, because I'll find out who your sources are, and I'll bet you somebody gets fired from the inside of the Jets organization, because he wants it. He wants control. Whether that's good or not, I don't know, but. I agree with that. You know, I agree with him wanting, if he wants the control, then take all the control and teach the media a little bit. Hey, come to me and I'll give you the information. What I give you, you can go report on. Don't report on a bunch of bull crap and screw with my team.
By the way, Indy, I'm not sure how I feel about your body language today. Not sure how I feel about that.
Well, you know, it's hump day.
Hey, let's go.
You know, I'll be in the woods for the next 3 days, and you know, it's time to
Hunt some Patriots?
Really cold off here. Yeah, hunt some Patriots. Yeah, you know, and so it's time to it's only like 34 degrees here, which is absolutely perfect.
All right, there you go.
That's absolutely perfect. So, you know, I'm just getting excited for Thursday's game, and I don't believe that the Patriots are going to blow us out. I think maybe, BG, your beard's safe. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, great show, you know, as always. And it's a pleasure. We'll talk to you guys later.
Appreciate you, Indy. Thank you very much, pal. And yes, let's go. Is the beard safe? I want the Jets dub, baby. Feed me victory. That's what I want. We'll see if I get it. Let's go back to the phone line. Hep's up next.
Hey, Paul. I want to talk about a little something else. How was the the guy that suffered the concussion, our defensive back. What was his name?
Azarie Thomas.
How was any news on him?
No word on him, but the only thing I would say is this, and for anyone who watched it, I mean, it was very scary. It was helmet-to-helmet contact. Jamie was trying to hit a Brown. He missed, hits Zarie. Zarie goes down, and then you see sort of that fencing position that you see with the hands, which is very scary. He was laying on his back. Medical personnel rushed out to him, and he was down they had to take 2 TV timeouts, so that was a long time that he was on the ground. The great news is that he wasn't stretchered off. He was able to get up and walk under his own power. So massively positive signs there. But as I wrote in my piece this week too, the fencing is a red flag. The other red flag is when a player normally gets hurt, whether it's concussion or anything else, they normally go in the blue medical tent and they just fold it up and they go in there. Azarie Thomas went straight to the locker room. That's a very bad sign. Again, the positive, he walked under his own power. Thank God. The fact they went straight to the locker room, no blue medical tent necessary. Let's just go straight in, and then he was immediately ruled out. That scared me a bunch. It's the other great thing to hear about this is that it was not neck or spine related. That was my first fear of it was less. Sure, a concussion can happen as a byproduct, but I was worried about neck or spine. They said there had nothing to do with that. It was purely concussion. So good news there. He's out for this week, but more importantly, it seems like the young man's okay, and that's most important to me.
Yeah. I think I'm going to talk to Bob tomorrow about maybe possibly writing another book. And I think that thing that I sent you about Joe Namath and that whole hyperbolic, I think maybe he should really, I'll ask him maybe to write another book about that, presenting it to the NFL and saying, we need one of those chambers in every stadium in the NFL. This way, if he had that, I don't know if the protocol would be, if he suffered that injury, if he went right into this chamber, would that be more beneficial than waiting a while? I don't know the research or what it is. I'm sure Joe Namath knows more about it because he was in there for 120 times.
Yeah.
But I think that's a push that we have to really consider for the health of the game.
Yeah, I think it would be great for everybody because here's the thing. I think I could speak for me, and obviously you could speak for yourself here, that like I am fascinated to learn more about this and how we can solve it. How can we fix this? So like there's a because concussions is such a topic and it has been for a decade plus, we're all talking about it and curious about it. So the topic of interest for a potential Bob book is all there, and all the connections he has to former players, current players, and learning those processes, diving in deeper perhaps with Joe to hear more about his story and that working. I'm sure Joe is not the only player in the universe that went through the hyperbaric chamber of and the results and the science of it. So to me, I think Bob could make a lot of money and do a lot of good, and it could be great for all parties, to be honest with you. So yeah, please. Yeah. I hope you bring all that up to Bob.
I'll bring that up tomorrow too, because that would be a hell of a legacy to really have that, to really try to put a pin in this concussion thing, because you see our old heroes, you see them coming back 30, 20 years later, and they look like old men, and they're crippled guys. I mean, the game really, I only played Pop Warner until I was like 17, 18 years old, and I feel it, and I can't imagine like someone like Wayne Corbett, how he's even walking around.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, right. Jesus. You know?
Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And just a heads up, Bob will be joining us on Friday, but maybe you can talk to him outside of it with his email and everything that is provided. But yes, Bob Letter will be with us on Friday, recapping whatever the hell happened in the Jets-Patriots game. Tomorrow will be NFL insider Matt Lombardo. Looking forward very much to that conversation. Up next, Troy Sturgis. What's up, Troy? Good morning.
Hey, BG. How you doing?
Hey, good, man. Good to hear from you.
At work, so I'm going to make this kind of quick and kind of let you talk about it after I get off.
Okay. All right.
Two things. Quinnen, knowing now that he had asked for a trade earlier in the year, kind of seems like maybe he's a little disgruntled, and possibly in the first 6-7 games why he was non-existent. And the other question is, and I'd like you maybe, Ben, you're in the media, is if you could kind of go over how the media works in the Jets organization. Can they get fired for asking difficult questions to Aaron Glenn? And should they get a little bit harder with Aaron Glenn? And the reason I think Rich came out and put out the news on Garrett Wilson he can't get the answers from Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn's got to realize that the media is there for a job, and for him to act the way he does towards the media. I mean, I get it. He wants to be in charge of everything, but still, there's a point where you have to give out some information. And the quarterback deal, that's ridiculous. I mean, just tell them what they need to do. I mean, they've got a job to do. You've got a job to do. So anyway, I gotta go. Yep. Good to see you. Thanks.
Thanks, Troy. Yeah, a couple of things here. A lot of good stuff. I'll do the Quinnen thing real quick first. Yes, Quinnen was obviously disgruntled. Apparently, according to Connor Hughes, that initial frustration that we all saw was the tweet. Jets are moving on from Aaron Rodgers. Quinnen Williams tweets out, another rebuild year for me, I guess. He immediately deletes it, but the damage is done. AG, Quinnen have a conversation. AG's not very happy with Quinnen. Quinnen and AG never seem to get over it. They be professionals and Quinnen play as an AG coaches, but apparently they never got over it. So he was disgruntled. He privately requested trade 3 times on 3 separate occasions, apparently, and the Jets were able to move him. So did that contribute to his playing? We'll see. We have not seen Quinnen, of course, because the Cowboys were on a bye. They play on Monday Night Football this upcoming week. So they're the opposite, right? The Jets are the first game of Week 11. The Cowboys are the last game of Week 11. That'll be on Monday Night Football. So let's see how he plays against the Raiders. If he comes out guns ablazing 2 sacks or something, we're like, there's Quinnen. And good for him. Again, I'm glad the Jets got what they got for him. I love Quinnen. I got a jersey of his in my closet. He was a wonderful Jet. But, it seems like clearly the losing got to him, and we'll see what it does. So that's on Quinnen. You made a fascinating point, Troy, on, like, if AG isn't giving answers, then the beat reporters go out of their way to go get answers, right? So if he doesn't give them what they're looking for, well, okay, we're going to go look for it. So I'll just tell you, I heard this Connor Hughes story. Connor Hughes works for SNY, covering the Jets and Giants. When AG started this game, like, I don't even know how long, because obviously Justin Fields is crowned as a QB1 during the offseason, and then things started getting funky when he played poorly, and then the media's asking, and then AG wasn't giving answers. Connor Hughes explained on his digital TV shows when AG basically told the media, Pound said, I'm not going to tell you who the quarterback is. Connor Hughes said he got ultra motivated. Like, you're not going to tell me? Well, I'm going to go through every source I have to find out this information and see if I could get it from one of my sources. And he got super motivated to go try to find it. I don't know if he ever did, if he ever spoiled that, but of actually finding out whoever the answer was. But yeah, AG strategy can sometimes motivate the media to really turn it up just to spite and say, I'm going to get this information just to say, fuck you, buddy. And that's up to their own discretion, potentially, to do. So yes, I think that could be a part of it. The other part, it's Rich's job. So whether he gets the information from AG and then parrots it, or he finds it out himself and shares it, that's his job to find that information. So, I would say that piece on the injury front. In terms of how the media works, no, if you ask tough questions, you can't get fired or like removed from the building. Now, this is a whole other podcast, but Manish Mehta, who used to cover the Jets for the New York Daily News, apparently, allegedly, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, did some weird stuff well beyond, allegedly, the sports reporting element. And the Jets eventually banned him from the building. And so allegedly for going above and beyond the normal sports reporting. So there are things that could get you banned from an NFL building. There's no doubt about it. But no, asking tough questions is not going to happen. Rich has been asking tough questions for a long time. His 37 years covering the New York Jets, and he still has a job there. With whatever medium. He used to work for the New York Daily News, now working for ESPN for a long time. So no, tough questions will not get you kicked out of the building. Tough questions will not give you limited access for the most part of like doing all the stuff you normally do with players and things of that nature. There is a respect that exists, whether you guys see it or not, between coaches and media and the line that exists and developing those relationships and things of that nature. So no, no firings or anything of that nature can take place in that light. With things of that nature happening. So, no. I see a super chat coming in from my boy, Frankie. Let's get it up here on the program. Appreciate you, Frankie.
Wow.
$5 super chat. Here's a few bucks for that razor you're going to need. Hey, man, the Jets are beating the Patriots. Okay, pal? My beard is staying beautifully intact. The Jets are beating the Patriots. And for those who missed the bet earlier this week, if the Jets lose to both the Patriots in Foxborough, the Ravens in Baltimore, then, folks, this beautiful beard you see before you will be reducing majorly in size. I'll be able to keep some hair still on that face, but it's going to be in a different light entirely. That very much is for sure. I appreciate you, Frankie. We've added this to your previous Super Chat totals. You're up to now 13 raffle tickets this month for a contest, which we appreciate here on the program. Back to the phone lines. Up next is Badshaw.
What's up, fellas? Sitting here at Hardy's drive-thru.
Oh, yeah, right. Getting the breakfast order. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Hi, everyone. Hardy's. Are you my last name?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What's the name?
Brandon.
Okay, Brandon, go ahead and pull on here.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So, you got oh, I'm all by myself.
Oh, there you go. Why didn't you say Badshaw? Brandon? Who's this Brandon fella?
I get free food here if I say Brandon, so.
Oh, nice. Okay, good for you, man.
No, you got the boys from the South on today. You had Troy Sturgis on before me. And
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, dear. You too.
Great hospitality. Great hospitality. These Southern people have great hospitality. There you go, dear. There you go, hon.
Same girl that waited on me yesterday.
Wow. Okay. Did she remember you?
Yeah, she remembers. They all know Brandon around here.
Okay, I figured, but all right.
Yeah, I mixed it up today. I went with the Monster Biscuit.
Monster Biscuit. Okay.
I've been kind of like you. I've been at home by myself this week.
Okay.
And my wife's been in Texas, and so.
Okay. What have you been doing with your time? Because I'm going to be honest, I've just been talking to myself a lot, walking from room to room.
Well, I've got my dog, so I talk to him a little bit.
Oh, there you go. Okay, nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't really understand like football very well. So I was trying to explain it to him. But
okay, there you go. Sure.
Usually, my wife, she doesn't like gruesome movies and stuff, like say really scary movies or like war movies that people are getting like their guts,
legs blown off. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I've been watching. I've been trying to watch some movies that I don't usually get to watch.
Get it all in while you can. Okay.
Exactly. So been doing that. Been rewatching some Game of Thrones. I usually do that every couple of years. So I've been going through. That's awesome. I started Game of Thrones again, but
there you go.
So my question was, I heard Chef Kev call in earlier, and he was saying, we're going to have all these draft picks, but we're going to have a lot of room to sign some veterans, hopefully. Was I hearing that correctly? That's what he was saying earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think we haven't done a show on it with it being a short Jets week. Maybe I'll save it for a Saturday show or something with Pop. But like AG was asked, and that happens every week, right? The Jets play the Patriots. AG's asked about the Patriots and Mike Vrabel, what's happening. When they play the Ravens, he'll be asked about Harbaugh, Baltimore and stuff. And he brought up, and I think it was an indirect message to like his organization, like be ready. He said, well, man, the Patriots signed a bunch of guys in free agency. They were aggressive. They were doing moves. And sure, he was saying the things he was saying. But as a Jets guy, I'm like, is he saying what I think he's saying? Is he saying like, hey, buckle up, baby. We're going to be spending some buco bucks on a variety of these roster holes. That's what I heard. He didn't say it directly. But it's that's what I heard. So I'm sort of curious. The same thing on AG. Are we about to go on a spending spree, which sometimes has worked in Jets history, sometimes it hasn't? When we went after like Calvin Pace, Alan Faneca, and all those guys, and that like Brett Favre year, like we fucking
that's
loaded
what I was
up.
thinking. Yeah, that's exactly the season I was thinking when you said that, because I remember that summer we never had NFL Network in our house when I was growing up as a kid. So we had went to my uncle's, and I was sitting there watching, like right around all that time where they're signing all these players, and it was just like, the Jets signed this guy, Alan Faneca, and I'm like, what? Alan Faneca? Like, whatever, Faneca, whatever Alan wants me to call him. But I was like, we were just signing all these guys left and right. I'm like, I love this. I'm like, this is going to happen every year. And then it was like crickets like the years following. I mean, we've had a few good seasons where I thought we brought in some good pieces and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree with you. That would probably be the biggest I can think of in recent history. But like, so is.
Oh no! Do we lose Batcha? Batcha? Got a super chat coming in from MFC.
Wow.
Bircha! Bircha! Ah, we lost Batcha. Ah, dang. We lost Batcha. I don't know what happened to your signal there, Batcha, but we lost you. Bircha. Oh, wait, he's back. He's back. He's back. Okay.
I'm back. I always lose service right back there at that Walmart for some reason.
Okay. No, that's right. We got your back. That's what's most important.
But what I was saying was, so who are some guys that would tickle your fancy like this off season? That do you know of many guys like just doesn't? I know we've been talking about quarterbacks. We may be drafting a quarterback, so just anybody in general that you could think of that might be available this coming off season that we could end up pulling the trigger on.
Yeah, I would say one in particular. This is a guy. I sometimes get to do this where, like, you guys will see me do an interview with somebody, and then there's like some sponsor, like who did I just Taylor Lewan, right? I just did Gillette razor. Speaking of razors, he just he was doing this thing for Movember and raising money for charity, and so that's how we got to do that interview. I didn't know Taylor Lewan before that, outside of knowing who Taylor Lewan was. We got to do that. I did an interview a couple years ago before the draft, and they gave me, for the interview time, sometimes on these kind of interviews, you don't get a lot of time. So they gave me 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That's how much time I had to do this interview. It was with Devin Lloyd, who was coming out of Utah, and USAA. So we got to talk military and military backgrounds and how that resonated with both of us, and just got to talk some random shop. And I said, "Oh, did you meet with the Jets?" Because like it's a Jets channel, so I was trying to ask him Jets related questions. And Devin Lloyd got his fifth-year option declined by the Jaguars, and then he's balled out this year. And again, he's an off-ball linebacker, so I don't know how the Jets would feel about that with already having Sherwood, but with Jamie in struggles and Quincy likely to go after everything that's transpired. Devin Lloyd's a dude, man, that I would love the Jets to explore. Like, obviously, we got positions of need and stuff, like wide receiver, pass rusher, this position, that position, safety, perhaps. But, yeah, Devin Lloyd is a name I want to keep an eye on.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds okay. Well, I think tomorrow, I feel like when we're having a primetime game, if we win, we either win the game or we get our asses handed to us. It's like if we lose, it's not like a heartbreaker at the end. It's like an ass pounding from the get go.
So I really would, for someone that does the play-by-play for the game, please, to the love of God, and obviously we're going to get a lot more people watching that show than a 1:00 Browns game. So there's going to be a lot of people going, "Oh, there's some random boob doing a watch party for Jets Patriots. Let me tune in." So let's hope to the gods that we have some fun action. Whether the Jets beat the Patriots ass or the Jets win, either way works for me. That would be wonderful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if we win this game, then it's like we're not going to lose another game. We're going to the playoffs, whatever. But I do think if we win this game, however we win it,
yeah,
I think we'll definitely be competitive in a lot of the other games down the road, and maybe we do win a bunch more games. But then on the other hand, if it is that curb stomping, I could only see us winning, maybe going like with 4 wins on the end of the season, 5 wins, depending on us just getting our asses beat. Because New England, it's just different. Like, I feel like if we hadn't won a game all season and we beat New England, we'd be like, hell yeah! Like if we swept New England and lost every other game, like that's just how it is when we play New England. We all hate them. And whatnot. So hopefully we get that W, and we can that'll give us confidence going into the end of this season and into next season. But So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, baby. But
Here we
anyway,
go.
Paul, I appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Badshaw, and your monster biscuits. It sounds like you're just bragging about it, quite frankly. But good for you and your wife. Terrific. So shout out to that. It sounds like things are going well at the Badshaw residence. Another super chat coming through, by the way.
Wow.
Steve's giving $10 because I needed to get the best razor possible. People, I'm not going to need the razor. All right? It's going to go just fine. The Jets are going to beat the Patriots. And again, if they just win one of them, safe. Doesn't matter. But they're going to win both. And Alon's going to be making it rain, baby. It's going to be making it rain. But I appreciate that. We love you, Steez. Thank you. You got 3 raffle tickets for your kind gesture here with $1 left over. So we love you, Steez. Thank you. No razor necessary, but I appreciate the kindness on the super chat. That's very heartwarming. That's very touching. I appreciate that. Thanks. Let's go back to the phone lines. EC's up next.
Did you see what Vrabel said about this week?
No, I've not seen any of their content yet.
He was talking about how violent he wanted the team to be, and he said it's not all about sacking the quarterback. It's about just causing all sorts of disruptions and doing all sorts of, being very aggressive on defense. And I'm like thinking to myself, if they don't fucking write up at least 7 plays with 13 personnel and figure out how to get the screen game going, then that's malpractice.
Right.
Because he's already telling the Jets that he's going to be aggressive, unless he's going to, drop everybody back into a 3-dome set, in the backfield. I mean, in the defensive backfield, he's just bullshitting us. But I don't think so. I think that he doesn't have any confidence in our passing game. And I think he's going to stack the box and say, make Justin Fields beat us, because we don't think he can.
That'd be a good bet if I'm Mike Vrabel. That's what I would make them do if I could.
So, I mean, if we're not practicing like screen passes for like 75% of practice, then they're out of their fucking minds. Because
I agree.
First off, you'll be able to get the ball to Brees. You'll be able to get the ball to AZ. You'll be able to get the ball out to the tight ends. And like I said, we should go with a 3 tight end set. What is that considered? 13 personnel?
Yeah, jumbo it up.
Do the jumbo package. Come out and I think the other thing we should do is do jumbo package and do it. What is it where you don't huddle up, hurry up offense?
Hurry up. Yep,
I think we need to do something to get Justin Field in rhythm. When he's in rhythm, he can be really, really good. That's what's so frustrating about this kid. Sometimes once he gets it going, if he gets in the zone, he can be good sometimes. Problem is, it's just, God, you got to, I mean, what do they got to do? Stick an electric wire up his ass to get him going? I don't know.
Jesus, that's some kinky stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking in a kinky way. I'm talking out of his own head.
Yeah.
Job. I don't know how to get this guy motivated, but we clearly have to do something that they're not expecting. Now, I do remember back in the day when New England was very, very on ball with everything when they had Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins were really shitty. They came in and they did that Wildcat for like
they blew out the Patriots week 1. Yeah.
And they had no clue how to stop. They couldn't stop it.
Ronnie Brown.
No clue. Mm-hmm. So what we have to do is we have to come in there with something so outlandish, so against our character, so against our nature, that they are completely and totally and utterly unprepared. Which means if you put Tyrod in for some plays and you put Justin Fields as a receiver or in the backfield or something and do some kind of wonky, stupid, crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's got to be done with practice. They have to practice. Maybe a double reverse and a pass.
Maybe.
Or I don't recommend flea flicker against against the Patriot team. They're too aggressive. It's got to be misdirection or screens. We have to take advantage of aggressiveness and possible over pursuit. They're still a young team, although they're very well coached. We have to watch the film. The coaches have to watch the film, find out what is their weakness. Every team has one. This is why Belichick was so genius. He didn't have a scheme. He schemed every team individually differently every week. It's not like when Robert Saleh says, "Oh, well, we don't do that." Yeah, you do that. You're supposed to do whatever it takes to win. Sure. That's why he got fired. Because he refused to adapt. He was vanilla. He was predictable. Mm-hmm. You have to be unpredictable. You have to. This team has to come up with a scheme on offense that will just totally mind fuck Vrabel's defense. Mm-hmm. Because they're all NFL players. They're all skill players. We have we have a very good offensive line. Our offensive line is easily top 15.
I agree.
12,
I like
something like that. Yeah, they're good. One question to go off on a tangent is Tooney available this year, or is he tied up in a contract?
Who?
Tooney, the offensive guard.
Oh, Joe Tooney. Yeah, he got traded. Yeah, he got traded to the Chicago Bears.
But is he available?
I don't think so. I think he immediately signed an extension, but I can double check that right now. Let's see.
Because that would have been a great guy for us to try to grab.
Yeah, he's
older.
Yeah, he's not a free agent for another 3 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he signed an extension after getting traded over. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to waste good assets on trying to get him.
Yeah.
In a trade. Who else is out there as a guard or a center that we could get?
Tyler Linderbaum of the Baltimore Ravens, and there is a loophole in the rules.
Linderbaum's available?
Yeah. So here's how it all works, right? So the Ravens declined his 5th-year option. So if they franchise tag him, there's only one singular franchise tag value. It doesn't distinguish between tackle, guard, or center, which means
they have the two different types of franchise. They have the negotiation and then the non-negotiation. What they could do is what I suggested that we did with Breece Hall is franchise tag him and then trade him if they wanted to do that. At this point, I think trading him would be a mistake because whoever we get, even though me personally, I'm against drafting quarterbacks. Sure. I just only because of our history, and you got to have somebody that can train the guy. But if you're going to draft a quarterback, you're going to need guys that he can get the ball to.
Well, that's
me personally. I would like to see us get an offensive lineman, a safety, and then get a quarterback. I think if we get a quarterback at maybe the top of the 2nd round or the end of the 1st round, that would probably work out good. Because like you said, the 1st rounders hardly ever make it. I mean, if you go into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I think they said only 20 to 30% of the guys in the Pro Football Hall of Fame were 1st-round picks. Most of them are 3rd to 5th round picks, 6th round picks. I mean, Klecko was a 6th round pick. As a matter of fact, the year they drafted Klecko, they drafted Tank Williams in the 3rd round. And the only reason Klecko got to play was because Tank Williams got hurt in camp. Otherwise, he would have been buried on the depth chart.
That's true.
So there are. What's that? Who are you bringing in?
Here's everybody. Shout out to 04 Jets fan, Johnny Boy, Mr. Famous Fulton, Neil Sr., Ricky New York, God bless. This is our weekly group Zoom call. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
Morning, Paul.
Hey.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Mr. Famous 04, Johnny, Ricky, Neil, my mama, yo mama. Welcome.
Mama, we're all crazy now.
Hey, you could say
I'm with Easy
that we're right here.
I don't want to draft the quarterback.
Going off the rails on a Maserati train.
There you go. You're the cruel man, Jack Sparrow.
Good one.
So what's going on, everybody?
I feel like my brain has been mind fucked this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Easy. I appreciate it.
There you go. Beautiful.
You're welcome. No, but what do you think of my idea of running 13 personnel and doing a lot of screen passes and misdirection?
Easy, I love the idea. But then when you went off on a tangent talking about Joe Tooney, I mean, what are you having to, stay with the focus on what you were thinking about. But, you go off on these tangents.
Well,
Next
somebody
thing you'll be
else had
talking about is
mentioned
the 70s Patriots. I don't want to, good move.
Oh, Steve Grogan?
Yeah, here you go. Anyway,
he sucked unless he played us, and then he played like.
Oh God,
he was amazing.
Here we go.
But anyway.
Anyway. Who wants to go first? Ed, you want to go first? I mean,
well, how about this, Mr. Famous Fulton? Why don't you grace us with your presence, Mr. Famous Fulton?
Great.
How you doing today?
Waking up this morning.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I had a long night last night, Paul.
Okay.
We did some pajama rehearsal yesterday.
Oh, nice.
For Singing in the Rain. Yep.
Oh, great.
And we've got a big show next week. We've got a busy week. So we have to get ready for the big show on the 20th to the 22nd. Okay. And so we have to be there late until like 10 o'clock every single night.
All right, well, keep grinding. And are you ready for the show?
I'm ready. Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, great.
Hey, did you put my Judas Priest video on yet?
Yeah, we did. We put it out there in the YouTube universe. Yep.
I was thinking, Paul, I can give I can do a script for them.
Go ahead. Yeah, give us.
You guys want to hear that, Eddie and everyone?
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yes, ma'am. Anything wrong? Oh, it's Don Lockwood. How are you, Mr. Lockwood? That was cool. Anything I could do for you? And you, young lady? You sure are a lucky lady. Good night, Mr. Lockwood.
Yeah. Brilliant. Wait. I have better applause. Wait. Let me get this proper. Here we go. Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yep. I know my coats are off this week, so I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, enjoy Sauce Gardner, buddy. Enjoy Sauce Gardner. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, Mr. Famous
If
Fulton,
Sauce
keep
would
it
have
up.
intercepted that ball, I would have plotzed all over the place.
Yeah, it would have been a pick six, but Sauce drops those.
That would have
sort of
been
things.
bad.
But
That would have
Mr.
been
Famous
bad for us.
Fulton, God bless, baby. Thank you so much for gracing us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There he is.
All right,
Mr.
who's up
Famous
next?
Fulton.
Ricky.
All right. Yeah, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
What's up, brother?
What's happening, guys? Neil, are you still on Discord?
I go on very infrequently, Ricky. I'll be honest with you.
Okay,
I'm on it, but I don't.
All
really...
right, you always say that you're not a real big draft guy, so I'm going to send you a link to a YouTube guy that does real good draft content and help you out with that.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem. I've got a few things. First of all, like when people keep saying like Quincy got benched, like he didn't get, like that's a bad word, like bad wording. Like he didn't get benched. He wasn't starting. Like because obviously
getting benched.
Well, no, because guys play, but they don't start. Like you know.
He got rotated in. He didn't start the game as the first guy on the field for the first defensive play. That was his little punishment for not playing to his potential.
Yeah, a girlfriend has never dumped me. We've just sort of reorganized our priorities. You know, I don't know. I feel like, you know, and here's the other thing that helped Quincy, right? Francisco Mauigoa, who likely would have taken his place, didn't clear concussion protocol. So he doesn't play. Quincy's benching is short-lived. He ends up playing like 50 of the 80 snaps. So that helped, I would imagine, as well.
Which he would have done if he started anyway.
Yeah. Maybe, but it worked as a wake-up call, obviously, because whatever buttons the Jets pressed, Quincy was flying around up there.
Listen, that was an Aaron Glenn move to motivate Quincy.
It worked.
It worked.
That was a
Let me
Bill
tell you something. That's
Parcells
a
move.
coaching move. I know what
That's
Ricky's
a Parcells move.
That's a coaching move. You have to get these guys motivated. When you see they're playing like shit on tape, you have to say, look, we're going to bench you. I mean, that was a great word. It didn't mean anything, but at least it got him fired up, and he came in and had his best game of the season, right, Ricky? I mean, he came in, and I thought that was a brilliant move by Aaron Glenn by benching his ass to say, I know it wasn't long. What was that? Maybe a series, but at least it sends a message to say, if you're not going to play up to 100% of your capability, then you're going to get benched. And then if you play well, you're going to start. Bottom line,
You're a team captain. A team captain is expected to never take a play off. That's the thing. Don't not hustle on the play. You're a fucking captain. You're setting the example. If you take plays off, that's going to trickle down to the rest of the team. And then what's the point?
Exactly. Good. It was a good motivational tactic by Glenn for sure. Now, and a lot of what I had to say had to do with some things that Chef Kevin brought up. The rest of it kind of has to do with people in the chat, and I'm not going to single anybody out. Yo, Holmes. Oh shit, I guess I did. But at any rate,
move.
Hey, by the way, can I ask you guys a quick question? We're getting a super chat in here from MFC, so let's see this.
Wow.
Oh, I love this fucking stupid
He said
show.
Mozzie had a 30 PFF grade on Sunday. He wants to get off the Mozzie train.
Going off the rails on a Mozzie train. There you go.
Anyone like what they saw
Cruel
from
man,
Mozzie or
Jack
what?
Sparrow.
Any Mozzie pros or what?
He didn't look bad to me. I watched him. He
think so.
got double teamed every time he was in the game. He had some pressure. He didn't look any worse than Quinnen did to me the last 6 games. He didn't.
He played okay.
I didn't see anything egregious there. He came in and they doubled him. And when you double team a tackle, that frees up your defensive ends, and that's why we were able to get pressure on the quarterback on the outside. Look, we're putting
he played like a
fatties in
third
there.
rounder. That's not bad. He played like a third
we
rounder.
are putting guys in there, Mozzie, Phillips, the guys that we're putting on the defensive line now are the kind of guys I wanted to see in the beginning of the season. Quinnen weighs 300 pounds. Mozzie's 340. When you put 340-pound men up there to block up the middle of the line, first of all, your run defense gets better. Secondly, it frees up the linebackers, and that's why they had a better game, Quincy and Sherwood. And it gives the ability to the outside rushers to pressure the quarterback. That's what you want. So we're good there. I think we made a very good improvement on the defensive line with the rotation we have now to where it was in the beginning of the season. So we're
Mozzie
good there.
kept him from stepping up into the pocket is what he did.
That's all you want. You want guys that are going to push the pocket and create space for the linebackers to scrape and for the defensive ends to get pressure one-on-one, and that's what they did. So that was successful.
A lot of what I saw was the 2 tackles pushed straight in, and it kept that crescent around the quarterback. But the crescent got pushed. Yeah, but it got pushed in, and it got smaller and smaller and smaller.
The crescent closed.
And then the
like
ends, and then and then the defensive ends were able to cut back to the inside, and I think three of the 6 sacks were where the edge rushers cut back to the inside and were able to get him because he tried stepping up and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, there was a waxing crescent on that back end there.
All right, I listened to Ricky. Let me say a few things.
Okay.
Ed, shut up. Let me say a few things here. First off,
you're going to be waxing your face after you shave that beard.
Hey, come on, believe the Jets are taking out the Patriots tomorrow night. Come on, man.
Hey, listen, I'm with BG. He's going to keep that Usher's beard.
Thank
you.
What I would say is this. What I would say is we have to basically get into this game and do something like Easy said. You know, what's frustrating to me is why after how many games we played are we still seeing Justin Fields in the pocket? We're still not seeing him utilize his legs. He's only had 2 rushes this year over 20 yards. One was a busted play on 4th down. That is not why we have a quarterback like this. He's supposed to be running the football. He's one of only 2 quarterbacks that ran for 1,000 yards in the history of football. What the hell are we doing?
What are we doing?
Right. If we used him on the run, every time he has an RPO, guy, we watch the game, guys. When he has an RPO, does he ever take the ball when there's an opening outside? He just hands it to Brees every single time. And he's not running with the ball. Right, guys, or wrong? Am I watching something different? Am I wrong or right on that?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And when he does get outside, he does tend to look downfield more. He doesn't look to just tuck and run all the time. When he does get outside the pocket, he does at least try to throw downfield if there's someone open. So that was the improvement he made when he was with the Steelers last year.
Yeah, but Ed,
we have to have a
he's not
threat
rolling
of him
out
running.
of the pocket. I never see plays where he's rolling out of the pocket, number one. I never see plays where he's looking at his first read, and if it's not open, he takes off. He's waiting way too long in the pocket to take off, and that's why he's getting sacked. And when he gets out of the pocket, he just runs straight for the sideline and steps out of bounds. I'm not seeing anything here that, is the reminiscent of what Justin Fields was with the Bears.
And that's why I want 13 personnel.
Get Jumbo. Get Jumbo.
Personnel.
What about you, 04 Jets fan? What do you think about all this?
Well, let me tell you. If we do 13 personnel, we can have the tight ends run downfield without getting an illegal man downfield.
And let 04 Jet fan talk. Shut up.
I'm going to let him talk. I'm just finishing my statement.
Good. Stop.
Don't
Sorry
choke
about that. Did I cut you off, my friend?
That's all right. No, that's fine.
13 personnel, I think, would work great with this team. Ruckert has shown improvement beyond what I thought was possible this season in his blocking skills.
Yep.
Is Stone Smart even still on the team? Or
he's playing great on special teams. The guy is making blocks. He's downfield. He's playing great. And we haven't seen him on the field yet. How about the other guy we got from the Colts? I saw a lot of his plays. He looked tremendous at tight end. Where the hell is this guy?
Jelani Woods. Where the
hell is he? Put Jelani Woods in there. You know who
Oh.
else? Whenever 47 gets on the field, what's his name, Paul?
Wow.
His name is
Whenever Beck is on the field, good things happen. He blocks.
Beck, yeah.
You got to have guys that could block. I agree with Ed. We have to come out there and just pound the shit out of these guys and impose our will on the offensive line. What's amazing to me is last year, you realize this Patriot team last year was absolute garbage?
Booty cheeks.
Yes. They were
Absolute
4
booty.
and 13 guys.
Trash.
You know how many? Do you know the Patriots last year? They gave up 417 points and they scored 289. That was a year ago.
Gross.
I mean, this is not the Patriots with Brady and Belichick.
No,
this is a
different.
team that has not been challenged.
No.
They got the only games that we succeed in are the games that we impose our will with running. Our offensive line is a run blocking unit. And we should go out there, like Ed said, put a 13 package out there, do some different things. Another thing we never do, we have to do more screenplays. The play to Brees with the touchdown. How many screenplays did we do last week? 4 maybe?
Yeah.
They were running zero coverage. They had zero coverage. No
this
safeties.
is another thing. We did one jet sweep to 18. It got 20 yards.
Nice.
One. What happened? We didn't do it again the entire goddamn game.
The Browns did it like 10 times to Malachi Corley.
Malachi Corley got more jet sweeps than we did.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, the jet sweep is a great play, and when you have a blocking offensive line, it's always open. But then we do these stupid end arounds where the guy's 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Bad.
That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
You do a jet sweep with that guy Beck as a lead blocker. Your fullback as a lead blocker on a jet sweep.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I'm going to tell you something. I feel Angstrom really has to get a better play calling. The play calling has not been good. This guy has to come out with a whole, like Ed said, we got to surprise these guys and come out with a whole new game plan here. I would say, a modified, what do you call it? What the Dolphins used to do? What did you say it was?
Wildcat.
Modified Wildcat. Give the ball put Justin Fields as a halfback. Throw this here. Do some creativity. We haven't seen the first game. I was very encouraged because we saw a lot of creativity that Pittsburgh game. I mean, a lot. And I was very impressed with Angstrom in that game. But since that game, he's going back. It looks a lot like our other old coordinators where it's off-tackle runs, draw plays, stupid shit that is frustrating. And I'm not seeing consistency in the play calling. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah. The reason I want the 13 package is on screen passes. If you're running a 13 package, your offensive linemen are not as anxious to get downfield and potentially get an illegal man downfield call because you're going to have your 3 tight ends that can do the block and the chip, and then they could all spread out right in front, and any one of those 3 guys could be open for a screen pass.
Hey, listen, we did a screen in preseason. We did a tight end screen to Stone Smart, and he ran it in for a touchdown. I haven't seen that play since the preseason, for Christ's sake.
I haven't seen Smart on the field.
Right.
He's like a wide receiver that plays tight end, man.
Jesus Christ. They are just not doing anything creative.
Especially since the new guys, especially since the new wide receivers. I said especially since the new wide receivers haven't been complete. Especially since the new wide receivers haven't been written into the game yet. They don't know all the plays yet. So you got to use all your good receiver style tight ends because they're already written in. They already know the plays. That's why I'm saying run the 13 package and run the 13 package with a fullback too. I mean, and then have Justin Fields do some run plays with the 13 package and a fullback, and then just have Justin Fields.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Exactly. Surprise, motherfucker. Look what we got for you today.
100%. All right, Johnny boy, we haven't heard from you yet.
BG, you're going to get a call from Bobby Midnight's lawyer. You know that, right?
Oh, boy. He did call into the show a couple week or two.
Yeah, what up,
worldwide.
What's going on, Johnny boy?
Wide.
What up, Indy? What up, Ricky? What up, Easy?
What's up, man?
So real quick, I came on because I wanted to ask in regards to Justin Fields. Now, do you guys think that on Garrett Wilson? Because I say that when Garrett Wilson was out, he seemed to feel a little bit like better by spreading the ball around. You remember how like last year you had Aaron, and Aaron was constantly just zoning into Devontae Adams, and you had Garrett Wilson getting pissed off. Do you think that comes into play at all? Right. And the other thing with like the special plays and all that stuff like that, if Justin Fields can't do a regular read, do you really think he's going to be able to execute a special play that he needs to do like 3 different reverses or whatever? I don't think so. And then the last thing, the AG press conference, I think he was pissed off that the stuff got leaked out. It's like if you own the business and you were doing a business and you wanted to keep it in-house, and somebody came in and said, already put it out there, and you're like, yo, ask the dude about the business deal because it's already been put out there. Yeah. So he's trying to change that culture. He said it from the very beginning of it. He wants to get all the rats and all that crap out of that building itself, and it's constantly happening. So I'm headed to the office. Neil, always a pleasure. My guy Indy, Ricky, Easy. Man, my brain is like mind blown. BG, appreciate you guys. But yeah, let me know what you think about that.
All right, will do. There he is, Johnny, joining us here on the program. All right, wow.
I think the media sucks. I don't give a shit what Glenn does with the media. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of the media. All these years they've been screwing us over. They're just looking for excuses to shit on us. I don't mind him putting the media in check at all. I don't even care if he look.
Shit, I remember when Steve Serby got thrown into a locker by Richard Todd.
Listen,
that was great.
The only reason why the media it's really going against him and it looks bad is because he's not backing it up with wins. But I don't really care. I like the fact, one thing I like about Glenn, he is what he is. He's not going to change, and I like that. I don't like a waffler. He's not a waffler. He says what he says, and that's it. He's been telling these guys, I'm not going to tell you who's playing quarterback. Why keep asking the same goddamn question? Shut up and move on. Enough. And they're trying to be contentious with him, and that's the New York media. They try to be contentious. No offense, Paul, because I know you're part of it, but you're not really.
Not really. I'm one of you guys. I'm not really. You know what?
Paul, you understand. Paul, you agree with that, right? Aren't they trying to be a little contentious? I mean, the media is full of shit. They're not trying to add to anything. They're trying to create a lot of controversy that they can make back page press with, and that's really that's not helping our cause. That's hurting the cause because it makes a lot of people view Glenn in a negative fashion. Let the guy do his goddamn job, and that's the end of it. Let's leave him go, and we'll see how it goes at the end of the season. Take a game by game.
They're trying to create page 6 content instead
Absolutely, and that's what I was going to say earlier when I mentioned Yo Holmes. Like, I get so tired of people complaining about the press conferences, and this is the thing. If you've ever heard that expression, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Well, don't mistake Glenn's confidence for arrogance. If you ever listened to an interview from him back when he was a player, he was the same way. He's going to tell you what's on his mind. He's not going to bullshit around. He's not going to hold back. And, I get it. The media's got a job to do. But listen, we all know they're not just simply reporting the facts or reporting the team news. It's like Connor Hughes asking the same question over and over, rewording it and asking the same question 7 different times until finally he gets Elijah Moore frustrated and he goes, man, I got no idea because I'm not getting the ball. Like they're trying to cause controversy. They're trying to create headlines. Glenn takes this personal. Okay. When he got here, he said he loves this team. It's personal to him. Out of all the jobs in the NFL, this is the one he wanted because he is a Jet. When he spoke about Nick Mangold, he said he was a true Jet. This matters to him. And so from day one, he's let them know, like, I'm not playing these bullshit games. If you want to report the facts, that's fine. But we're not going to have you turning this into a circus. You've been doing it for years. I've been watching it from the outside. But now that I'm up here, I'm not putting up with it. And I personally, I like the attitude. I hear people saying like, oh, Glenn's act is going to get old. Dude, it's not. And when you say act, you insinuate that he's putting on a performance. He's not. He's being genuine. That is.
I agree with you, Ricky. I agree with you.
A little bit. He's a little bit performative, but I get his point.
And really, who gives a shit? Himself. Hey, guys, who really gives a shit who the quarterback is on Sunday? I mean, Mo, Larry, or Curly. We got Mo, Larry, and Curly in our quarterback room. Who gives a shit who the quarterback is?
Well, listen, and that's the thing, too. Listen, Justin Fields.
We got the worst quarterback room in football right now. Do I really give a shit who's coming out on Sunday? I like to see let's see the kid maybe. Now, if we don't see any improvement, I'll tell you guys, if we don't see anything out of Justin Fields this week, like Easy said, if I was the coach, man, I'd have a rod so far up his ass, I'd be saying, look, guy, you're either going to run or because I don't think he wants to run. He's playing Zach Wilson bullshit. He's not running when he has open lanes, and he's running out of bounds, and he's doing things that are just not conducive to getting big plays and not trying to get the ball in the end zone.
Neil, how can you
Quick
hold
question,
on? I gotta
guys.
stop.
Why are we
Neil,
shoving rods up asses, spark plugs up asses? What in God's green earth is happening on this show? Easy, Neil. What's going on?
I said a wire. I didn't say a spark plug. I said a wire.
We have to motivate this kid.
But this is the thing. Neil, just when you sit here.
I saw that Frankenstein movie yesterday where the guy was sticking wires on the corpses. That's where I got that from.
Okay, go ahead.
Neil, how can you sit here and say Justin Fields is doing a Zach Wilson? Justin Fields will get 4 or 5 yards and then run out of bounds. Zach Wilson's running backwards 15 yards. There's a huge difference.
That's
okay,
fine.
so if he gets a 4 or 5 yards and runs out of bounds, that's one less hit he has to take. I'll take that.
That's a fair.
So they're
statement.
not the same. They're not the same.
No. Listen, if we're going to compare Justin Fields to Zach Wilson, we're in real trouble here. Okay,
that's right.
Anybody that we can compare to Zach Wilson, we might as well throw the towel in and put a running back behind the line.
And did you see when Justin Fields got that late hit on him? He's quarterbacks will take these late hits. They'll slide. They're not supposed to get hit, and they're getting hit in the head. So, dude, if you get a free run and 4 or 5, you pick up 4 yards. That's all you have to do every play is pick up 3.5 yards actually. But if he picks up 4 yards and runs out of bounds, good for him. That's one less hit he has to take. I'm not even going to fault him for that.
Listen, the two things that frustrate, this is just two things that I can't stand. One is he's never rolling out of the pocket.
That's on Tanner, not him.
What's that?
That's on Tanner, not him.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know, maybe they're trying to make him a pocket passer, and he's not a pocket passer.
No, he's not. The thing is,
he's a guy that has to run.
He's similar to Zach in the way that he's physically talented, but like mentally defective. And he's so bad. And it's like he's playing scared. It's like he's playing scared.
Concussion.
I think he's
that's
so
a problem.
worried.
You can't be a play scared in the NFL. You can't do it.
Right. And I think he's so worried about, turning the ball over that he's playing scared. He's so bad that like the whole team is handcuffed because of him. Everybody from the receivers to the coordinators, everything. And that's why Glenn is playing the quarterback game with the media, because he's like reaching, trying to create some sort of competitive advantage, because with Fields, we're at a disadvantage. Like, he's not going to throw guys open. He's not going to throw with anticipation because he's not an anticipatory quarterback. Is that a word? Fuck it. It is now. Anyways, he's not a, anticipatory quarterback.
He's a shit quarterback.
Yeah, he's been really bad. And I don't know if it's like, I know that they tried to, play safe with him in Pittsburgh and limit the risks that he took and keep him from turning the ball over. And it's almost like he took that idea and took it to the furthest extreme. And it's been really bad, man. Like, look, all you have to do is look over our last 2 games. Breece Hall has as many passing touchdowns as Justin Fields does. That tells you something.
Ricky, Ricky, the guy has had 4 games where he's had a total of less than 100 yards pass. I mean, the numbers are unconscionable. I mean, if you take the Breece thing away, he's had 3 games with less than 10 yards, 20 yards passing. I mean, it's impossible. The numbers are just insane. So
those aren't even college numbers.
No, I used to think that Zach Wilson with 160 yards a game was bad, but now we've got this. Like this week.
Carl, what's up, brother? How we doing?
What's happening, man?
How you doing, man?
Hey,
what's going on here? It's 9:30 and you're still on the radio here.
See, who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
Anyway, listen, I was telling this to Nick yesterday. Justin Fields is playing scared. He's got no confidence, and I think it stems from when he got that concussion.
Right.
He does not want to take a hit. Yeah, I know you did. I said it yesterday. I agree with you. And I don't know what you can do about that.
Carl, I think that Glenn has to do what he did with Quincy. You got to bench him for a game and say, listen, this is your last chance to become a professional football player and not be a backup or turn into a Taysom Hill. I see him as a Taysom Hill. He could be like next year for us. I would keep him and bring him in for packages and let him run with the ball. But if he doesn't want to do it, then he's of no value to us at all because he is the best runner on the team. Let's face it. This guy has more running talent than Breece Hall does, okay? Bottom line, if I gave this guy the ball last 3 years in an open field, he's better than Breece Hall. That's how talented this guy is. And
Make him a halfback.
Hey, Neil.
I don't think you can blame Angstrand. I don't think you can blame Angstrand because he might be wanting to call these plays, but the guy just isn't doing it.
Right. They're giving him, Carl, he's basically checking out of plays. If I'm Angstrom, I'm going to say, look, this game, you're going to take the first play I give you every single time, and you're going to run that play. There's no checking out of the play. I think
Fields is not checking out of plays.
Well,
Fields is not. This is not Aaron Rodgers all over again.
Okay, so I know we have I know we have Taylor in the comments section, so I'm going to bring this up because I've heard a few people bring it up. But you can't blame Justin Fields. He only threw 11 passes. Let me just let's do a spoiler alert here. Why do you think, what if, play the 30 for 30 music, why do you think the Jets called only 11 passes? Because they would have called more if Justin Fields was more capable of a passer. They would have called more plays, so they're calling less. They're like, shit, we better run it. Probably better rate of success. So to the people out there that are saying, geez, he only called 11 passes, you can't blame Justin Fields for having these shitty, non-existent numbers. If he was a better quarterback, we would have called more passes. We're calling less passes because we don't want to see Justin Fields throw the ball. Like, Jesus.
Exactly.
I have a question.
I agree.
Okay.
I have a question for Paul. I have a question for Paulie.
Okay.
Is Adrian Martinez on the active roster of San Francisco? Oh, he's not on their practice squad.
He's on their active roster. Yeah.
That's the guy.
They should have kept him.
That's the guy we could have used. I'm going to tell you something.
Yes.
I would say this team would be at least one win better if we had Martinez still on the team. I loved him in preseason last 2 years. He's certainly capable. He's been experienced. He won a cup with, in wherever the hell he was. That guy was a good quarterback, and he won.
You know why they didn't keep him? Neil, you know why they didn't keep him? Here's why they didn't keep him. Because if they would have put him on the practice squad, he would have gotten pulled off the practice squad, and we'd have had zero. And now we'd have had to go on and get. That's why because they knew he was going to go get another job.
Practice squad. He did get pulled off the practice squad.
He got claimed.
San Francisco grabbed him.
That's my point.
No, wait.
What happened?
I have to call factual information.
They cut him. They didn't pull him off the practice squad.
Yeah, wait. We cut him. He cleared waivers, and then he chose to sign in San Francisco. The Jets offered him a deal to come back to the practice squad. He said, no, thanks. I'll sign with the 49ers practice squad. He was not claimed. And then when Brock Purdy got hurt, they signed him from their own practice squad to be the backup to Mac Jones. So he was not claimed off waivers.
But let's be realistic, guys. Let's be realistic. He was better than Brady Cook. And the bottom line is, if Brady Cook was anything good, they should be elevating him and giving him a shot. I don't think this guy.
So obviously he's not.
Who can get off of anybody else's practice squad? There's got to be one quarterback out there we can get off a practice squad.
I don't want to get somebody else's quarterback right now. Come on, Easy.
We need somebody who can throw the fucking ball.
One last thing.
Adrian Martinez was better than Tyrod Taylor. I would rather have him as a backup than Tyrod Taylor.
You're goddamn right, and he was young.
So sorry.
Neil, one last thing before I go, guys. Is Justin Fields making mistakes on the field? Is he making mistakes? Is he turning the ball over?
Yeah. Yes.
He is?
You
because he's
can't
only
turn
got
it
3
over.
turnovers.
Only when he throws it. Only when he throws it, Indy.
He had 1 interception and 2 fumbles in 7 games. I understand he's not making positive plays, but sometimes not making the negative plays is also a benefit. I'm okay. I understand that Fields is not lighting it up on offense, throwing the ball. We didn't expect that anyway. Most people were saying we were going to run the ball 75% of the time anyway. That was the beginning of the season. Is that what we're doing? So he's literally doing what we've asked him to do. We asked him to do a little bit more. You want him to be Peyton Manning? He's not going to be a Peyton Manning. If you want him to throw the ball 11, 12, 15 times a game, well, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the season anyway. We don't want him throwing the ball 20, 30, 40 times. So if he's doing what we asked him to do, not turn the ball over and put the ball in the other players' hands and let them go do it, okay. And at the first 7 losses was not all on him. And now that the rest of the team is starting to catch up, all you got to do, Fields, is don't screw the game up. Give it to Brees, give it to these other players, and let them go win the game, because we know you can't. And that was the whole beginning. That was the whole premise of the season in the first place. And 500 attempts.
Okay, well,
sorry.
No,
right?
go ahead.
But anyway, we didn't want him to do that. We wanted him to do 300 passing attempts for the entire year. Well, that's what he's doing, isn't it not? Anyway, BG, love your show. We'll always
Thanks,
be.
Mossy's agent. I appreciate you. All right, Ricky, go ahead. Finish this off.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. But that's if he throws the ball. You said put it in the other guy's hands, but he's not putting it in the other guy's hands. Is he making mistakes on the field? Maybe not interceptions, but just standing back there holding the ball and taking 7 sacks, that's a mistake. And we've seen some good, like the halfback option, Brees throwing the touchdown. Yep. That was a great play call by Tanner at a good point in the game.
Great moment. Yeah.
The first game we saw some good play calling from Tanner Engstrom. The thing is, Tanner Engstrom could be Chef Kev, but he's not going to be able to get cooking. Okay, as a fan base, we're stuck at the kiddie table because all we got in the pantry is peanut butter and jelly because our quarterback stinks.
Which is accurate. Which is accurate, of course. Who you have in the kitchen, it depends on the kinds of ingredients and meals that are going to be made. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter, man.
Yeah, you could have the best chef in the world, but if all he's got is saltines and water, what's he going to do with it? And that's the thing. I think because of this quarterback, the skill players are handcuffed, the coaches are handcuffed, and it's too bad because he is a physically talented guy. Clearly. He's a nice kid, but man, like he's just, if he can't get out of his head, and you know what? Maybe a benching wasn't it Carolina where he did get benched and then he came back in Cincinnati and had his best game?
He did.
So maybe we need to bench him a couple more times when he's playing like shit. Maybe it'll light a fire under him. Let's take the Quincy approach. I'm all for it. If that's what it takes to get something out of this kid, do it. And if we can't get anything out of him, leave him on the bench.
100%. Ricky, give a plug for your channel, baby.
Ricky New York Live, and I will be dropping a new video tomorrow prior to the Patriots game. And if everything goes right, I should be resuming live shows a little bit sooner than I thought. It wasn't going to be until the 27th, but as much as I hate my job and hate my boss, when your employer makes an $800 mistake on your paycheck, like they did with me yesterday night, it opens up some avenues for some new tech, and a new laptop will be coming much sooner than we thought. So I will be back bigger and better and stronger than ever, unlike Justin Fields. Everybody have a great day. Tune in. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks as always, Paul. Go.
Yep. Go Jets. You're the best, baby. Hey now. Let's give it to him. Well, that was great having our Brady Bunch boxes conversation here on the show. What a wild program. I'll be back in about an hour because we're going to be live at 11 o'clock. Make sure you guys like the video on your way out if you're watching live, or even if you're watching after the fact. That helps get this Jet Show in front of other Jet shows out in the universe. Also, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. That's youtube.com/boygreen25. Try to get to 10,000 subscribers. We're hovering in the 8,170 range. So every little bit helps. And make sure you guys do that. Again, we'll be back on live at 11 o'clock. We got Jake Asman coming up later on the channel. I got a special interview tomorrow, Jets related, on the Boy Green channel. We have Boy Green Meets Woody tomorrow. We have a game day edition of Boy Green Daily tomorrow morning, the live watch party, and the post-game show as well. All the content, baby. Appreciate you guys tuning in. That was a hell of a program, and we'll see you here shortly. Take care, everybody. God bless, and go